The Beekeeper Movie Review. You know, whenever there's an action movie starring Jason Statham with a new storyline we haven't seen much of, it's expected that I'm in for an action-packed film that I won't get bored of. Hey, how's it going? Today I want to take you on a quick tour and give you my very neutral opinion without giving away any spoilers on the highly anticipated new action thriller film, The Beekeeper. First off, the movie The Beekeeper, the trailer was just intense, folks. As soon as I saw it, I felt like I was in for a great standalone film. The shots, the effects, the music, everything in it convinced me that it's a solid and respectable action film. The film features an outstanding cast led by action star Jason Statham. Statham playing the role of Adam Clay is a familiar face when it comes to action films. Okay, by default, the film was appealing to me even before watching it. Jason has been a part of many films, delivering fantastic performances, including his role in the Fast and Furious series. Jason also shared screen with American actress Emmy Raver-Lampman, who played the role of an FBI officer named Verona Veron. The young actor Josh Hutcherson was part of the film as well, taking on the character of Danforth. Another young talent, David Witts, played the role of Garnet. We also witnessed a very special appearance by the brilliant star Jeremy Irons. For those unfamiliar with Jeremy, he voiced Scar in the film The Lion King. Besides that, he is an accomplished actor whose performances are a joy to watch. And let's not forget about Mrs. Parker, portrayed by the star Phylicia Rashad. The movie's story is kind of new, something we don't see often. Adam Clay used to be an agent in a dangerous organization, but now he lives in seclusion, minding his own business and taking care of some bees as a beekeeper. Adam had a neighbor named Parker, the only person who dealt with him and cared for him. She was the only one he had in the world. Anyway, Mrs. Parker commits suicide because of a bunch of scammers robbed her of her life savings, and here is where the action begins. Adam Clay starts searching for her killer to avenge her and follow in her footsteps. The story is intriguing and it requires everything in the film to be strong and cohesive for it to turn into a great action movie. However, I want to express a feeling I have, and I don't know if you're gonna agree with me. And I felt like the story was a bit overdone. I mean, with all due respect, Mrs. Parker was Clay's neighbor and the only one who cared for him. But when she's gone, he goes on a rampage. I get that he wants to avenge her, but it feels a bit extreme. From the beginning to the end of the film, he kills a bunch of people and burns down buildings. It was kind of a one-man show, and I mentioned in the trailer review that we didn't see a diverse range of roles or supporting actors. Only a tough guy with a couple of villains, and that's it. Of course, it's a good movie that you can go to on a weekend, but in my opinion, it has a bit of an over-the-top element to it. Certainly, there's no doubt that it's a sweet and fresh story executed nicely. However, in my opinion, it has a bit of excess. Now, regarding the performances, the actors in this film did a commendable job. Excellent effort from everyone, even from the non-main characters who appeared briefly but had a meaningful impact on the film. There wasn't a character that felt unnecessary. Jason Statham, without exaggeration, is an action icon. In this film, he delivered at least what was expected from him with minimal resources. His performance suited the story very well. Phylicia Rashad, despite her limited screen time, played a strong and impactful role. When she got killed, it genuinely affected me. However, throughout the movie, I had an issue with the emotional expressions. There were heart-stopping moments, but the actors faced them with complete calmness. There weren't any impressive reactions. For instance, in the beginning, when Parker's bank account becomes zero, the calmness felt out of place. I was tense and annoyed more than she seemed to be. Even Clay and Verona's reactions to finding Parker dead seemed too ordinary. Did Verona not shed a tear for her mother? David Witts, who portrayed the character Grenade, did well despite having the same personality and expressions from the beginning until Clay did what he did. I genuinely enjoyed his performance. It was a light character even though he played a thief, but I liked him. As for the screenplay, the Adam, Clay, and Parker storyline was good and impactful. You felt a genuine sibling relationship rather than just neighbors. Overall, the screenplay was excellent from the start, realistic and not the nonsense we've been hearing lately. The added comedy to the script was enjoyable, not cheesy, and made me laugh. The cinematography was good from the start, with excellent camera angles. The scenes with Clay and the bees, for some reason, fascinated me. The pacing of the events from the beginning was very good, making me invested and excited about what was to come. To be honest, I felt like the action was a bit excessive, but I didn't get bored at all. The scenes were well done, whether it was the cinematography, music, visual effects, or the performances. Everything was respectable. I genuinely enjoyed Jonathan in action films, and his style is truly professional. I have no problem if the whole movie consists of these kind of scenes. I didn't feel bored at all at the beginning of the film. So now, let's go over some negatives. I felt that the plot of the movie wasn't the best. Many times I felt lost through the events, but this became noticeable at the start of the second part of the film. The first part was very enjoyable and everything felt organized. However, the second part was quite unsatisfactory, except for the ending, which I'll talk about in a bit. From the beginning of the second part of the film, I felt that the plot started slipping away a bit. That's what I sensed. I felt a lot of boredom and dragging of events and many unnecessary scenes. Just filler. I mean, the movie was going well, folks. Couldn't it have continued that way? The film took a turn from excitement to boredom and monotony, and that's not what I wanted to feel. The end of the movie is very impactful and sweet, an ending that suits an action film starring the star Jonathan, the beekeeper. I mean, I won't spoil it for you and I'll let you enjoy it. The Beekeeper movie is rated R, which is very suitable for the violent and gory scenes it contains. Many of the scenes are quite intense and chilling. The Beekeeper is a new film still in theaters for a few days with a runtime of approximately 2.25 hours. In 2.25 hours, I felt that the time passed quickly without me realizing it, thanks to the sweetness of the film, except for the dull scenes. But I've gotten used to it, and I started feeling that this is the nature of cinema lately. No film continues to be good from start to finish. But The Beekeeper, even in its dull scenes, made me want to see it and continue watching. The film was genuinely enjoyable for me, and I had a great time with it. If not for those points I stated earlier, it would have been even better, but overall, I enjoyed it. And that's it. This was an overall view of The Beekeeper, one of the films I was waiting for to come out in 2024, and here it is. Tell us in the comments if you've seen the film. Don't forget to share your opinion in the comments section below. Also, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to see more content just like this. That's been it, and I'll see you at the next one. Peace.